And I think one thing that Blizzard should do is I think that they're looking, wow, like even if it is a money maker, they're looking at it as a profit rather than a game anymore. And what I mean by this is they are listening to the fans to the point that it's scary. I'm not saying listening to the fans is bad, but they're listening to them to the point where the game in 2 years could turn into fucking horses with fucking pole arms flying at each other through space and fucking just with hooves of fire and just shitting on each other. And the whole goal is to pee and poop on each other. And the more pee and poop you get, you win Warsong Gulch, and that's the whole thing. And that's if people want that, Blizzard would be like, okay, and then completely defy everything, every mechanic that the game's gone by. And there you go, you get horse scat on your screen, and that's how you cap the flag in Warsong Gulch. So there you go. You're a PvP genius, and you're the best. But essentially, I think that they should make the game that they want to make. When it was less, when vanilla came out, it was in their eyes. They weren't looking through foggy glasses of the player base that's outraged because Cataclysm heroics are too fucking hard. Basically, we could have it so that we can have Arthas now, and he's just walking around, and he's like, and there could be this huge petition, this fucking 2 million player petition, however, completely defied the games of the fucking laws of lore or anything, where Arthas randomly showed up and became Lord Chief of the Horde, and you'd have to help Arthas duel Vol'jin because Vol'jin stole his donut, and there you go, because there's this many players that wanted it, so they were like, maybe if we do this, we'll fucking get more fucking subscribers, fuck yeah. But it simply, it might be, it might attract those players temporarily, but they're committing a huge change to the game for players that are only going to stay there temporarily. What I mean by that is when people complain that it's too hard, if you nerf it down and make it easy, they're gonna do it and they're gonna be done with it. They don't have to do it again unless it's something to get a piece of gear. But when you really like when something's hard and you have to keep fucking doing it until you got a grasp on it and you're like, oh, fucking, I finally did it and it's so fucking awesome and I feel accomplished. Even though this is a video game, I feel like I just slayed. I'm fucking badass McGee over here, and the thing that's awesome is when you do it, sometimes a piece of loot drops, and you're like, oh cool. And now not only did I beat fucking Deathy McKiller guy, I got Sword of Deathy McKiller guy. That's 30 item levels better than my sword, and there you go. But no, they nerf nearly everything that's somewhat challenging because there's a player base that is not willing to learn from their previous mistakes and just want to jump in, kill it, press 1 for their rotation, not do any damage or do anything correctly, and just get out. And just get the hell out because that's the easy thing to do. That's what makes people go, oh, so I can go in and not do anything and get everything that everybody else has? Awesome, I'm going to do that. Because when you dangle not having to socialize with other players in front of somebody's face and just basically get in, get out in under a few hours, you're going to take that. A lot of people just don't like socializing, especially when it's unknown over World of Warcraft. However, if they were to add more features that encourage socialness, it would be so much better because a lot of people have this issue where, like, when you're running even old raids that you can't solo yet, it's good to know that you can have a friend that can always come and help you. A lot of people are in general spamming, I need somebody to help me with ICC because I can't get past this one boss. And a lot of people don't have to do that because they're friends with people and they can always ask their buddy to come help them. However, a lot of people don't want to have to talk to people. And that sounds really depressing, but a lot of people are too lazy to even want to talk to people on a game. I'm not saying that you should go walk up to Anal Bleeder and Orgrimmar and say, hey, let's be best friends forever, and let's never break from each other's side. Let's run every raid that Blizzard releases up until the end of World of Warcraft. No, I'm just saying that just have a friend that you can just have fun with. Have a few friends. Doesn't matter how many friends you have, as long as you have some. Because it's an MMO. It's a fucking online game. You need people that you can talk to and have fun with. That takes away the point of an online game. If people want easy to clear content where they don't have to talk with anybody, then fucking go buy a single player RPG, put it on easy mode, and that's what you have. As fucking, you can just roll with it and it's done. You kill the main boss and you see the fucking end game content. I think Blizzard just needs to take a step back and kind of see how much they're driving away too many players by trying to make new players join because they're making it too painfully simple, where it brings new players, but the old players are outraged because they're randomly changing the whole rules of the game and just throwing in easiness, just basically the ability to just clear everything without thought. It's just making it too it's it's just oversimplifying the game. One thing I actually really hated when they oversimplified is I hated the changes to the talent trees because I think it's simplified it way too much. Every 2 levels or whatever the fuck it was, where you could put a point in the critical strike, a point in the haste, a point into what the fuck ever, or when you hit somebody, you have a chance to restore 2 health, and you could level that up 3 times. It was cool because you felt like your character was growing with you. Now you have to wait 15 levels before you can pick one talent that usually is just a stun or something that you don't need until it gets to the later levels where you start getting your necessary cooldowns. But it just, I think that World of Warcraft is a game that needs to be complicated to keep its appeal. I think if they oversimplify it, that the game is just going to be, people are going to play it for maybe a month and then just quit. And that's why we're seeing the subscriber loss, is because Blizzard is basically taking it in the butt from those people and then dishing out to their wishes. And that's what we have today. I'm not saying LFR was a bad idea. I'm not saying it was a great idea. I'm just saying there's a different way they can approach this. Personally, I think they should make 10-player LFRs where it's decently challenging, but not as much as flexible or normal or heroics. I think LFR content should be entirely separate from flex, normal, and heroic. It doesn't have to be the most pretty looking thing. It can be 4 bosses and 4 playing rooms, but it teaches players raiding mechanics. That's all they need to do. And I honestly don't understand what the point of LFR was when back in Wrath of Lich King they didn't have those finders, and that's when they were peaked. So they're basically implementing new things to appeal to random players that don't know how to play the game, and just have them do that when in reality they're losing the players that have stuck with them forever or for a while because they're oversimplifying everything. They of course do lose the players that are casuals, but they gain them back. They lose them and then they come back, then they lose them and they come back. However, the hardcore players are the ones they are truly losing because they're oversimplifying everything. And there's no knowing that they continue to do this, they're not going to want to come back. They're going to be like, why would I do that when Wildstar over here has 40-man raids just like old school vanilla, and there's actually mechanics that can fucking kill me. And I'm not saying that heroics or anything like that can't kill you. I'm just saying a lot of times it's become so much easier, and the ability to do anything in the game has become so simplified because you're getting all this pretty decent gear to when you jump from LFR to flexible, and let's say you have a 528 item level, that's still pretty decent, and you're going to be able to do some decent damage with that. Back in the old days when you had to jump straight from dungeons to raids, or in some crafted gear, it made it harder because you were under geared. But that's what made it so much more awesome, is when you got that piece of gear that you wanted, it made it seem like, holy crap, I finally fucking got Ashkandi, the great sword of Lieberlob, and I am a badass. I'm gonna walk around Orgrimmar, put it on my back, and jump around people going, I fucking got the sword, I fucking got the sword. And now, you can just jump in 25 players, do it each week until you finally fucking get the sword, but you're like, well, son of a bitch, that wasn't that hard at all. I don't think I really want to jump around Stormwind or Orgrimmar anymore, parading my new LFR sword that 20 million other fucking players has because it's easy to get. When you walked around and raiding was still somewhat of a mystery and it was just awesome, you looked at people with this epic gear and you're like, wow, what a badass. That guy's fucking cool. I'm going to play harder because I want to fucking be that guy. And I'm going to walk around when I finally get the sword just like him and be like, sup asshole, I got the sword too now. You want to fucking fight? But no, well, probably not fight, but either way, you get the point, and now it's just everybody have that sword. Death Knights, Paladins, Warriors, they're all walking around with Gerthalak, Jaws of whatever the fuck, and they're like, dude, I got fucking Gerthalak because I ran 25 mans 5 weeks in a row, and now I fucking got it, and it's fucking cool. And then the other guy's just like, hey, why don't you run normal? Well, because I already fucking got it. I mean, it's a few eye levels above it, but what the fuck ever. I mean, I beat the end game, and there's no point in coming back or anything like that. And that's why I think Blizzard should really think about what they're doing with it. And I mean, I still play World of Warcraft. I have a ton of fun playing World of Warcraft. I think simplifying the game was a double-edged sword. I personally just didn't like it. I don't like that they simplified the game. I think it's when it's complex, it adds mystery to it, and when it's simplified, you can get through it and blast through it in nearly no time at all. And when you play, and when you first get into a raid with your friends or a heroic or anything like that, and you do it with your friends, and you do it for the first time, you're like, wow, this is fucking cool, because everything seems intimidating, because there's actually a threat to you dying, so it's intimidating. They add all this artwork to make the fucking enemies seem like these fucking pissed off people who are gonna rip off your head, shit down your neck, and fuck you in the ass. But no, because you get an LFR and you realize they are the ones, though they're really intimidating, they are the ones that are taking it right in the ass by 25 players. So, it really just has, it's just made it to, it's promoted a bad player base that does not have to meet other players and can just level up, do the end game, and it's over. Like, imagine if you were in PC and vanilla. Would WoW have ever taken off if it had LFR immediately? Probably not. It would have probably had appeal and just dropped, because everybody can just do it. Even if there is a harder difficulty, who's going to want to scale up when they already killed that same boss with 25 other players that they didn't even fucking know, and they can just get it done. It's over. You did good, because you killed Deathwing on LFR difficulty, 24 other random players, and that's it. You're done. That's the whole fucking thing. And you can technically, the only reason I do LFR is to get the gear and scale up to flexible and so forth. That I can do other raids where I actually have to talk with people, have fun, put on a headset, and talk with them. And if I fuck up, I fucked up. And I can be like, hey, I fucked up. What do I do here? And they can be like, well, this is what you do, and this is what you did wrong. And if they don't see what you did wrong the first time, well, you'll just have to wipe again. And that's not really that big of a deal, because I'd rather fucking learn from what the fuck I did wrong than have to do it again. I mean, think of all the old games like Castlevania. Think if it was just easy, you just blasted through it. That wouldn't make it epic at all. You just blast through it. It's over. You're done. You killed the whole fucking thing without losing one single heart, and you're ready to go. You beat the game. Now wait for Castlevania 2. That is gonna be more appealing to the casual players, because Castlevania 1, even though you didn't lose any health, you almost got hit by a roach that flew from the sky. So, so it's too hard, so we're gonna nerf it even more till it's becoming, so 25 of Horde's heroes who've killed fucking Illidan, Arthas, Deathwing, Garrosh is now hitting Teletubbies with a pillow, because that's what's hip and that's what's easy. And imagine in the future expansions if we ever fight SNUGGERZ or somebody who's just fucking Lady Ashara or Queen Ashara, blah, whatever the fuck she is. And they're fucking so much lore behind them, and you're like, dude, that's awesome. I bet the fight's gonna be really awesome, and I'm so excited for when that fucking expansion finally comes, and I'm with my friends, killing Ashara, and taking my sword, and cleaving her boob, and I'm like, fuck yes, I just killed Ashara after 5 wipes, we've practiced, we know what we're doing, and we killed it. We're a fucking good guild, and that was fun. It's no fun to know that you can go up with 25 other random players and just kill her with no problem. Maybe you wipe a few times when the raid first comes out. We'll come back in 3 months, or not 3 months, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, till people have the mechanics down, and you can just kill her on the first or second fucking try, and that's it. You're done. But I will probably call that to an end to this bunch discussion, and I'm probably going to make a new one pretty soon, and I think I was going to probably delve into the lore a bit, so I hope you enjoyed, and I hope that I was factual about this, because I'm not going to say that I'm a WoW expert, or a WoW fucking, I'm not going to say I'm the chosen WoW player. I'm just trying to point out what I see and what my opinions are. So I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and you keep up the good fight against chocolate. Bye.